let's talk about my exercise routine, where I started, where I went, and what I do now. And I specifically want to share this because there are those that were in the same boat that I was, and I don't want anybody to think, well, just doing this small task, that's not helping me. It is. Started at 360 pounds just a little more than a year ago. My exercise in the beginning was going up and down the stairs just to do basic tasks. It made me short of breath. I sweated profusely. Just moving around my house was my exercise. It helped strengthen my back and so many things. Because remember, when I started, I could hardly stand for a minute without having to sit down because my back hurt so bad. The next thing I kind of delve into was doing the dishes. And I say this, and it might feel embarrassing to say it, but you know what? When I started doing the dishes, I actually had to prop my stomach up on top of the counter so I could just stand longer than just a minute or two at a time. Looking back, it's like, I did what I did. So if you are anywhere near here, or worse off or better, do not be ashamed that you have to do these things just to get to be moving around. If you are bed bound, rolling back and forth in the bed, sitting up at the edge of the bed, they are vital. Then I progressed into moving a little bit more. I took my rollator walker and I took my booty outside. I would go from the front door to a few houses down the street. And then I'd go from the front door to the mailbox, which is like 7 or 8 houses down the street. And I kept doing that slowly, week by week. And let me tell you, I was profusely sweating. If you saw me, you would have thought I just ran a 5K. If you would have thought I could have ran a 5K at that size. And I really want to emphasize this as well. When I say I walked, it was 1 to 2 walks a day. And I am not kidding you when I say I went from the front door to a few houses and then back. That is physically all I could tolerate. It was very hard on my joints with the autoimmune, with the diabetes that I had, with everything that's going on. That's it. And initially, I remember feeling very shaming myself that I wasn't able to go at least a mile. I remember feeling so down on myself. But now that I look back at it, I realized I had to go through those baby steps of slowly, week by week, increasing my distance, sometimes by 100 feet, sometimes by 500 feet at a time, to be able to get to where I can walk 6 to 8 miles hiking uphill now. And then it got to the point where I could walk about a mile, but my back was still really hurting. So that's when I got the bright idea. Let's go biking. Why not? You're sitting. Hadn't ridden a bike in probably, 10 years maybe, something close to that. Last time I was in college. That was so much fun. Next was giving up the walker. It was about 2 or so months in that I just decided enough was enough. If I had to sit on the edge of the curb, I was going to do that, but I was no longer going to be 32 years old pushing that walker around. Walking the dogs without the walker was amazing.
It's raining right now, but gonna walk the girls rain or shine. I also got upgraded to 2 dogs. I got Ryu and Rosie.
After that, then I transitioned into paddleboarding. That was, I think, the biggest highlight of my physical activity change, was being able to, at 300 and some pounds, I probably was like 320, 330 at the time when I started, being able to go and do that. Was so much fun. If you've never paddleboarded, it is so much fun. Why? You can sit on your butt, you can sit on your knees, you can stand and do it. It doesn't matter. And when you fall in water. It's, even with all the back problems I had, and I still do have some compressed discs in my low spine, I still enjoy doing it and it doesn't hurt at all. certain things are very difficult, like running and jogging, and these are things I would never ever advocate for someone that is overweight and that has not been moving around, and personally for anybody that is overweight, because it's very hard on the joints and the spine. Most of you know I have a background in physical therapy, and it just kills me seeing these people who are just absolutely pushing their body to the brink. It causes more inflammation and more damage. I'll get off my soapbox now. So paddleboarding, super fun. Next, I transition into hiking. We are preparing to go on a hike I have not been on in a while. I am very excited. I am prepping my element to go with us. I have discovered I really love the orange salt. I have to look at the thing up top because I already poured it in the cup. It works really great because it has a sodium, magnesium, potassium in it. It helps with cramps, fatigue, muscle ache. My arms are like jello. I'm actually surprised I'm able to move them from doing the gym this morning. I prefer to do half pack twice a day in about this size cup. You do you. And what? Oh, the best thing is having crap in it, because we all know I'm quite sensitive to things. Right now, don't forget, LMNT is offering a 8-pack sample pack free with any purchase. You just need to go to drinklmnt.com/carnivorous me. That's drinklmnt.com/carnivorous me. Hi. What? Morning.
Pretty sure that's gonna go over well.
I was sticking my tongue out at you, nobody else.
I know.
I love the outdoors. I mean, I absolutely love being outside. We started off with tiny hikes and then slowly advanced into bigger hikes. And it just kept getting more and more from there.
Oh, should have added 2+2. Hilltop Park means you're doing switchbacks up the mountain. This is where we're at. You can barely see the tip of our car all the way down at the bottom, and we're not even halfway.
My favorite hike that I remember was at Larrabee State Park. It was about 7.5, 8 miles round trip, halfway uphill, halfway down. And I had Rosie with me. That was the last hike I got to take her on before she died. But the fact that she was almost 13 years old and was able to go from me hardly walking her at all, well, actually not walking her at all, to hardly walking to walking a lot. She did that whole thing like a champ. I miss her every day, but every time we go and hike, I remember how happy she was, and I love it so much. That is where I started. And where I transitioned to was going from not literally moving at all. Some days I wouldn't even leave the floor, like because we were a 3-story house, I wouldn't even leave the floor that I was on, to doing everything I could. Dishes, laundry, cleaning the house, even if it took me, the basement, took me sitting down 3 to 4 times just to get the floor vacuum down here. Repeatedly doing these small tasks. Changed into, I no longer ask Scott to get everything for me, which I know he's very thankful for. I got my own water. I did my own laundry. I started folding laundry. I started walking every single day. Even if it was a mile total, I walked every single day. And that was like my midpoint. And now I walk a mile every morning for our morning mile walk. I usually walk a second mile in the evening or close to it, whatever Ryu, our oldest dog now, can tolerate. And then some point in between A and B, Scott and I will do a long dog walk with the puppies, anywhere from 2 to 5 miles every single day. We go hiking at least 3 times a week, from not flat to I thought this was going to be flat, but it's really uphill the entire way up.
It was so flat on the map.
To let's go try this new bike trail. It won't be very steep.
So, going uphill, taking a little break from that way. We were all the way down there.
I'm pushing my bike up the hill. And that is where I'm at. And the last thing that I added into is we do the gym. Scott and I work out at least 3 times a week. We do legs, chest, arms, and core day and alternate those days. Ideally, we do legs and arms at the gym. I use the machines right now. I don't have the strength nor the motor recruitment. I feel comfortable enough to do weightlifting by myself, and my brother and brother-in-law live too far away for me to do it as frequently with them as I would like. So my goal right now is for 2 to 3 months, I continue to use machines, build my motor recruitment with my muscles and my strength. And Scott and I then switch to Olympic weightlifting because I did that before and I absolutely loved it. So that's where I'm at right now. And I will continue down this path and adjust and change. But I want you watching this right now, no matter what your physical level is, don't let anyone tell you that doing the dishes, doing the laundry, getting your own water is not a form of exercise or physical activity. If you are as bad off as I was, or, a little bit further down, those are these small things that get you to walking. I know in the beginning, and I've done this throughout my whole life, jumping the gun, trying to go from 0 to 1,000 because I thought I should be somewhere. Like I should be able to walk a mile. But the reality is I wasn't able to. I was hardly able to walk 500 feet when I started. Do not let your shame and guilt yourself. You are where you're at. And that is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with you. You are just at this point, and if you want to have gains and things, that's okay. Be realistic. Do not push yourself so much you harm yourself or you end up injuring yourself, because that always sets you back so much further if you'd just gone a little bit slower in your progress. Scott wants me to mention a future physical activity goal is he wants to, and I do too, pick up dancing, like tango, salsa. You will get some kind of video out of that in the future. I would like to record our sessions just to know how bad we start to how good we can get. Yeah?
Find the video of me on the cruise and say, this is where we're starting.
I appreciate you so very much. Thank you for taking the time to listen. I hope you got something out of this. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you have not, if you've enjoyed any of my content, and share this. If you have somebody that you know is struggling, share my videos with them. That is the whole point of my channel, is to share my journey to help motivate those who don't feel like there's any way out. Because there is. It's hard, but the human spirit is so strong. We, as long as we keep moving forward, can absolutely make it. I hope to talk to you soon. Bye.